Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for middle of September 2023. We're going to just do a Celtic Cross here for this month, and that's going to be that. So you start off with the Death card here. I feel like I hear like showing the world who's boss or something like that. I don't know. I feel like you're kind of bossing up at this time, and yeah, look, you show up as yourself in the area of your foundation. This really, when you show up as yourself in the foundation of a Celtic Cross, this really puts you in a very strong position. It literally says like all your strength at this time is just coming from yourself, and so it's like a really amazing placement to have that as your foundation. I love this for you here, Capricorn. I think you're entering into a good time. I really feel that, you know, by the time we get even into next year, you're just going to be feeling really, really good. Probably just like less of a serious energy. Look at this. You know, are you kidding? Like the card of leadership, the card of, you know, showing the world that who's the boss, you know, I think that's what I was hearing at the beginning of the reading. So, you know, it's like you're coming out on top, and, you know, this has been a theme for you here, Capricorn. Again, I'm not saying, you know, I don't think this is something that's happening overnight either. You know, I think this is something that you will be working on for probably a while, you know what I mean? It doesn't happen overnight, and, you know, this is a good thing. I always tell people, it's like, you know, easy come, easy go. You know, if you think that you want something quickly, you really don't, you know, and especially right now, here's the thing. Is that we have Uranus in Taurus, Jupiter in Taurus. Taurus does not like things that are, you know, like get rich quick schemes and things like that. Taurus is slow and plodding. And, you know, people always say to me, like, I've been suffering for this many years and like all this other stuff. Like, trust me, I get it, right? But at the same time, it's like also, trust me, you want to build something slow, because if you do, not only will it probably happen faster than you think, but it will be something that lasts for the rest of your life. So, you know, we are building, you know, I always say like the 10 of Pentacles always comes up in readings, and you don't have the 10 of Pentacles, but it doesn't matter. You have a lot of good stuff here. And, you know, I think that that is the time we're in. The universe is encouraging us to build something that is built on a very strong foundation. Again, I'm telling you right now that movement of Pluto going over the cusp of Aquarius and Capricorn, which it's going to do a couple more times, anything that has been built on sand is going to collapse. Anything that it does not have a very solid foundation is going to die. So, and look, the king is dead right here on the death card, and it kind of represents the death of establishment, you know, something that's been established for a long time on the death card. And then you have the ace of swords as your crossing energy. The ace of swords, you know, the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. And, you know, I think this is something that's helping you, is the truth. The ace of swords is the truth. I also feel that you could be making a sacrifice. This right here is a palm frond, and the palm fronds in the tarot represent a sacrifice. This over here is an olive branch. It can represent an offer of peace, but it can also represent, you know, just abundance in general. So I do feel some of you are cutting something out of your life, and you know, this could be a person, someone who is inconsistent for some of you, and, you know, I feel like it's leading to, I don't even think you care, by the way. I think you're just very focused on the future. I think you're very focused on kind of being on top of the world, on building long-term security. You are very, like, determined and focused. You end with the Eight of Pentacles, which is a very, you know, kind of determined to get things done, determined to be focused type of energy. So, you know, I really love where this is going, obviously. You have the Six of Wands in the area of your thoughts, what's on your mind right now. And the Six of Wands is a victory. So you're clearly thinking about having victories. Again, I just want to be here to encourage you to just keep going for the next year. If I could just get you Capricorns, just keep plugging along for the next year, I think you will be so great, and your life will never, you'll just be amazed by the time we get to the end of next year. I know that's like a year away, but it'll be here before you know it. A year goes by so fast, and again, you will be very happy that you put in the work. The other thing I would encourage you to do is change with the death card. I think, you know, having Pluto going over the cusp again of Pluto, you know, of Aquarius and Capricorn, you know, it could have you kind of, you know, not wanting to let go of certain things that have been established, but really it's like everything is in front of you. You know, I think the rest of your life is just waiting for you, and it's in front of you. So, you know, don't be afraid to let things go. That's probably maybe one of the biggest challenges for Capricorn is rebirthing something, or, you know, accepting that something has to die, with, you know, especially with the death card and the Ace of Swords. There could be things that have been in your life for a long time, and, you know, that the Pluto and Aquarius, Pluto and Capricorn going back and forth, it's kind of like the fear of letting go of something that has been established for a long time. So, you know, it's like the fear of convention. You know, convention is just the way things have always been done. And, it's like the fear that the old way won't work any longer, or the fear of updating your skills and things like that. You have the devil in your foundation. Again, I actually feel pretty good about this. The devil is just you showing up in the reading, puts you in a position of power and strength. So I feel like you're in a very powerful position in this reading. I would be careful of a past person. It's funny because if we look here at the table, the Knight of Wands is going in, more towards the past, right? So the Knight of Wands could, and this is showing up in your past position. The past position in a Celtic Cross is what is you are moving past. So I feel like you are moving past inconsistent energy, people who are inconsistent, people, places, and things that have wasted your time or whatever, you know what I mean? So I feel you're just kind of letting go of this energy. I also feel that you're much more, again, it seems much more focused. I like the Knight of Wands for spontaneous energy. If you can be spontaneous, if you can take advantage of things that show up in your life and you can double down on those things, or if there are spontaneous opportunities that show up, I think it's a good energy. But at the same time, what I would say is that with this last whatever you want to call this here, this whole entire column, row, whatever, I feel that you are that's a much more focused, grounded, especially with the Emperor and the Empress. Are you kidding? That is like a much more grounded, focused type of vibe going on there. And the Eight of Pentacles, again, Eight of Pentacles is not scattered energy. He's working on one thing that's in front of him. In the area of your very near future, you have the Page of Swords. I feel like you're feeling like a kid again. I do get a very childish vibe from this reading in a good way. I think you're very curious. I think you're very much open to new ways of doing things in your life. And so I would embrace that curiosity. With the Page of Swords, I always say, embrace the mystery as well. If you become interested in something in your life, it could be a person, place, or a thing, or an idea, doesn't matter what it is. It's a great time to look into those things and just be curious, be willing to learn about something new. I think that's going to lead to this right here. I mean, obviously, over the next few months, you have the Empress. Are you kidding? Definitely a ton of abundance. Like I said, I feel like you're feeling like you're, bossing up here, on top of the world type of energy is really what I get from this reading. And so I feel this is really good. I feel like there's a lot of abundance, a lot of success coming in for you. And it's like something that you've created as well. Again, she is a card of creation, but whatever you've been working on creating, I really feel is going to pay off big time. But again, I also feel that you're creating something that you're going to be creating for a while. So this is not like a one and done type of situation, right? I feel that for most of you that you're working on long-term projects. Again, this could be for business or work, but I also feel could be any other area of your life, could be getting married. I mean, you have the Emperor here. So, it doesn't matter who you are in the reading, Emperor or the Empress, you could be attracting an Emperor or an Empress into your life. And so you could be working on, building something long-term or something very stable. And I really see a lot of success there. I also get, sometimes I feel that she is intuitive, but, sometimes I feel there's a little bit more of a focus on intuition. This right here, it almost looks like a planchette from a Ouija board, right? This right here. And so I feel for a lot of you that you're really tapping into your intuition, or you need to tap into your intuition with this energy. The other crazy thing about this reading is that you have the Wheel of Fortune with the Emperor. The Emperor, it's very hard to see. I'll show you when we get there, but he has water that's flowing behind him. That water flows down to the Empress. The reason I'm talking about this is because in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Wheel of Fortune. I almost feel like you could be reuniting with your Emperor or your Empress, right? But maybe this is more of a past life connection. I don't think this is, the Knight of Wands that's coming back into your life. I almost get the feeling that if you want love, this is something new. I do feel it is like karmic, but not like a karmic. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't even know that I believe in, the whole karmic twin flame BS, all that, right? Blue flame, purple flame, bullshit flame is what I like to say, right? So who the hell cares? Just find a good person who's willing to put in the work, right? People make this so complicated, and that's why they, watch tarot videos about twin flames and are single for their whole entire lives, right? So, it doesn't have to be this hard, right? I don't care what people read about. By the way, I'm not making a comment on those readers. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be this hard, people, right? We can try to find a person who's willing to put the work in. It's just that simple. But you have the Wheel of Fortune. And again, I think this is what's returning to your life, is a person who's willing to put the work in. Emperor, Eight of Pentacles, really, really good energy. Also, with the Wheel of Fortune, I always say I think especially right now with the astrology that we have, I would be doubling down on good things that come your way, and I would be taking care of the bad things right away. We will always have good and bad things that happen in life. That is part of life. With the Wheel of Fortune says you want to be at the center, the middle. There's like 3 wheels, right? And you want to be at this middle wheel there. When you're at the middle wheel, you're taking control of your destiny. When something good happens, you double down on it. Like I said, you do more of what you're doing. I always use the example of this channel. It's like some days I feel great. I do there have been days I do like 20 videos in a day. There are other days, I have a rule where I just do 4, right? Every single day, no matter what. And most days I just do 4 videos and that keeps me going in the right direction. But again, I double down on the good days. When bad things happen in my life or when things come up or, whatever happens, I always make sure to take care of those things right away. So, you want to not run away from the things you're afraid of. And if you live your life like that, your life will get significantly better. You have the Emperor here. This is coming up in your future feelings. I literally said that I was getting that you're like on top of the world or the boss of the world or something was popping into my head at the beginning of the reading. And that's how I feel like you're going to be feeling in the future, like very much, in control, ready to take action, ready to make things happen. I just love this for you. I've been loving your readings lately, Capricorn. Again, I don't think things have been perfect for you, but, I do feel things are improving. And, especially when we get into next year, really is when you're going to feel a lot better. But I do feel you'll be feeling improvements, that whole entire time. You have the 8 of Pentacles as your outcome. It's like your hard work paying off. I feel you are kind of feeling very diligent. I also feel like you want to work on things. Maybe you've been not feeling so motivated. There's a new level of motivation that is popping up here for you. And I feel it's leading to a lot of success. I love this reading for you if you can't tell. I love the energy here, especially because it plays so nicely with the astrology, I would say, what's going on here. So definitely very, very good for you. Let's see. With the Death card and the Ace of Swords, I'm using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, by the way, to clarify. You have this organization card. Again, I do feel like you are getting organized with that 8 of Pentacles. Again, he's just doing one thing. He's diligently working on one thing, and because of that, I always say, really, he has the card of material success on the horizon, meaning that whatever you're working on is going to lead to success in the future, so keep doing whatever it is that you're doing, right? With the 6 of Wands, you have this companionship card. I do feel there is love coming in for you. I don't know that it's this month, though, is what I would say to you, Capricorn. Of course, I always say that, I think love is available to us whenever we want it. But there's like a true companion coming in for you. I do feel like this person, look, you have the Page of Swords to the Empress. So it's like this, either you are spying on someone or they are spying on you. I'm not sure which direction this is going here. It could be both of you, but it's like someone has their eye on someone here with that Page of Swords and finds them attractive, clearly, with the Empress. So it is funny that you go this way. You know what I mean? It's like you are clearly going up to the Emperor. So it doesn't matter what gender you are. You could be attracting an Empress type person, a person who creates abundance, a person who is very successful, whatever you want to call it, right? But either way, I really like where this is going. With the Devil, are you kidding? You have this romance card. Definitely could be a Taurus. Could be another Earth sign coming in for you, for sure. But I love this card. It reminds me of the 2 of Cups. You can see that those 2 people, they look very different, and they're meant to look different, just like the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups, the 2 people are meant to look different because they're 2 different people that come from 2 totally different worlds. So you could be attracting someone who comes from a different world, who is very different than you, but it's probably divinely guided. You see that angel behind them? I really see like 2 divinely guided people coming together here if you want love. With the Knight of Wands, we literally said this. You have this indecision card. I feel like you were with a person who doesn't know which way is up, which way is down. someone who they probably wake up in the morning and tie their shoes together, right? That type of person. So, this past person, I feel like they just didn't listen, to their own guidance. I feel like they're their own worst enemy type of person here. We've gone over this before. I swear I've basically said all this to you. I'm having deja vu on this person. So if you have a past person, it's like they were guided to you, but I feel like they didn't listen to their guidance. So, now it's like you did your part and now you're moving on to something bigger and better as far as a connection is concerned. With the Page of Swords, you have this Riches card. Yes, this will be a very abundant connection. I feel like even if you don't want love, by the way, I love the Emperor and the Empress together, because even if you don't want love, and even if you do, just having the two energies working together is about, kind of creating abundance and taking action on it. So, whatever ideas you have for abundance and success in your life, like this could be work, business, even if you're retired, you could be working on projects or coming up with ideas. It's like there is clearly success coming in for you. And with the Page of Swords, I would get curious, because some people say curiosity killed the cat, which is BS. Don't get me started on that, right? But number one. Number two, what I would say here is that I think the things that you're being curious about are things that you've already experienced. You're just taking it to the next level. Like, let's say you have a business, you have a job, and you want to start a business that's very similar. It's like you already have the experience. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there could be a lot of abundance clearly coming in for you. I mean, it's a very abundant reading. With the Empress, you have the Secrets card. This is actually a good card of secrets. It encourages you to look into mysteries, and we literally just said that with the Page of Swords. This card says that there could be things that are mysterious about your life, or about a new opportunity that's coming in for you. And this card here, it encourages you to learn more about the secrets, or to learn more about things that you're becoming interested in, because there's probably a lot of abundance there. I've literally been saying to you since 2016, Saturn was in Capricorn. To me, I don't care that Saturn is not in Capricorn anymore. When a planet leaves, you still have to work with the energy, because guess what? Saturn in like 27 years or 26 years, whatever it is it's been out of Capricorn for a few years. It's going to come back to Capricorn. It's going to say, did you learn? I don't care that you're 30 years older. It's going to spank you if you did not learn something new, right? So Saturn in Capricorn says don't let things just be mysterious, right? We have the internet now. We can learn amazing things. We can learn how to start a business. We can learn how to improve our health, right? The information exists mostly for free. So, again, it's like, can you learn your way into abundance is what this reading is saying. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Submission card. This card says get out. You see how that cage, there's a bird in that cage, but the cage door is open. This card always reminds me of the Eight of Swords. So it says like, hey, can you leave a situation where you're feeling stuck? And that's what I would do here. I would take control of your destiny with that Wheel of Fortune there for sure. With the Emperor, you have this Egotism card. The Emperor could represent a person who has like a negative ego, right? But I almost do feel, here's the difference, is you might be attracting a person here who does have an ego, but I feel like they can back it up. I always say, if someone can have an ego, right? And we all have ego. I don't care. I always say this too. It's like all the spiritual teachers I've ever met that say they have no ego have a gigantic freaking ego. So, I think it's impossible to not have an ego, period. Point blank, plain and simple. We literally have to have one to survive. And people that I've met that really don't, that kind of try to suppress their ego, they get steamrolled by people who have a major ego. So, I don't care what anyone says. We need ego to survive. We have an ego for a reason. But again, I think there's a difference here. This person might have an ego, but they have the goods to back it up. They're not like a jerk. So, definitely something to pay attention to. With the Eight of Pentacles there, you have this Charity card. Yeah, I feel like you just feel like the universe is on your side, really. You see how these angels are giving to this woman and child here, 2 children. It's almost like you just feel that you are being supported for once. You feel like the universe is supporting you, guiding you, directing you, all those things. So it's like you're not so much feeling left out in the cold. And I really get that here. I really just feel like you are feeling more in control of your destiny. It's like you're on top of the world, like I said, in the sense that you are able to accomplish things that you've been wanting to accomplish. So, love it. We're going to pull 5 themes now. You have this Lobster card. It says financial pinch. This is what you've been experiencing. Again, the areas of your life where you're probably experiencing a financial pinch are the areas where you are staying the same. And so it's like, it's kind of, I would just follow the Chris 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time, do what works with your finances. 20% of the time, take a small risk, try something different, try something new, try to mix things up, right? Because if you do that, you might discover something that changes your money. You literally have this coins card here. It says money will be coming to you. I wouldn't even worry about money if I were you. 8 of Pentacles, Empress, You have all this, this riches card. There's clearly a lot of abundance coming in for you, but I do feel that it's going to come from that 20%. I feel it's going to come from the things that where you push yourself outside your comfort zone in work and business, like asking for a raise, asking for a promotion, starting a business, whatever it is that you do. You have this club card. It says someone will try to make you do something against your will. I feel this is more a past person coming in. I would avoid this past person. I'm telling you right now. Again, if you had a past person that was like what I described, someone who couldn't make a decision, there's clearly a person who can make very clear decisions coming in for you. So, I would avoid that feeling. You might even be saying to yourself, like when you were with this person, maybe you found yourself having a hard time making choices, making decisions. I feel it was just their own confusion. Their head is so far up there, that they just can't see the forest through the trees. So, I would avoid this person at all costs. You have this ant card. It says work, achievement, success. I always get this feeling for like you and Pisces for whatever reason, where it's like I feel like people think I think people are going to wonder how you have accomplished what you will have accomplished over the next few years. So it's like people are really going to be admiring you for your work and the hard work that you've done. You have this key card. It says successful outcome to your problems. Yeah, we already know this. A lot of good stuff coming in for you. This might be 6, but whatever. I can't count. You have this casket card. It says someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. There you go. I feel like you're definitely kind of really bringing an end to this past situation for sure. But this looks very good, Capricorn. Love where this is going. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.